Long ago, in a small village surrounded by thick forests and rolling hills, there lived a tortoise named Ijapa. Ijapa was not the strongest, nor the fastest, but he was clever. Clever enough to outwit anyone who crossed his path. This story begins in a time of great hunger. The rains had failed and the land was dry. Crops withered in the fields and the rivers were but a trickle of their former selves. The villagers and animals alike were desperate for food. One day, while wandering deep in the forest in search of anything edible, Ijapa stumbled upon a strange sight. Under a large iroko tree sat a pot-bellied forest spirit, his skin glistening like dewdrops under the sun. Beside the spirit lay a magical drum, beautifully decorated with carvings of animals and plants. "Greetings, great spirit," said Ijapa, bowing low. "What brings you here on this dry and weary day?" The spirit looked at Ijapa and smiled. "Ah, Tortoise, you are clever to approach with respect. This is my magic drum. When beaten, it will summon a feast fit for kings. But beware, it must be used with gratitude and shared generously, or it will bring misfortune." Ijapa's eyes sparkled with greed, but he masked it with a humble smile. "Oh, great one, may I try the drum? I promise to use it wisely." The spirit hesitated, but eventually nodded. "Very well, Tortoise, but remember my warning." Ijapa took the drum, thanked the spirit profusely, and hurried back to the village. By the time he returned, a crowd of animals and villagers had gathered, their faces weary with hunger and desperation. Ijapa struck the drum once, and to everyone's amazement, a lavish feast appeared. Yams, plantains, egusi soup, roasted meat, and fresh palm wine. The people cheered and praised Ijapa for bringing such a miracle. But as the days turned into weeks, Ijapa's true nature began to show. He grew possessive of the drum, refusing to share its magic unless the villagers offered him gifts first. Soon, the drum became a tool for his greed. The villagers' gratitude turned to resentment, but they dared not confront Ijapa for fear of losing the drum's bounty entirely. One day, Ijapa's antics reached the ears of a clever hare named Ekun. Ekun was known for his quick wit and sense of justice. He decided to teach Ijapa a lesson. Disguising himself as a weary traveler, Ekun approached Ijapa's hut one evening. "Oh, kind Tortoise," Ekun said, bowing low, "I have traveled far and heard of your magical drum. Might you allow me a small meal, for I am faint with hunger?" Ijapa, eager to show off, agreed but demanded a gift first. Ekun handed him a simple calabash. Amused by the meager offering, Ijapa struck the drum and summoned another feast. As everyone ate, Ekun secretly observed the drum and its workings. That night, Ekun devised a plan. He crept back to the forest and found the spirit under the iroko tree. Bowing deeply, he shared the story of Ijapa's greed. The spirit listened intently and sighed. "Ijapa has failed to honor the drum's purpose. Very well, Hare, I shall help you." The spirit gave Ekun a second drum, identical to the first, but this one had a curse. Instead of summoning feasts, it brought chaos. Ekun thanked the spirit and returned to the village. The next morning, Ekun approached Ijapa with the cursed drum. "Oh, wise Tortoise, I have found another drum in the forest. It is said to be even more powerful than yours. Perhaps you would like to trade." Ijapa, always eager for more, immediately agreed. He handed over the original drum and took the new one, thinking he had outsmarted Ekun. That evening, he invited the entire village to witness the power of his new treasure. Striking the drum with great pride, Ijapa waited for a feast to appear. But instead of food, swarms of bees and biting ants poured forth, chasing Ijapa and stinging him mercilessly. The villagers laughed and cheered as Ijapa ran in circles, begging for mercy. Realizing he had been tricked, Ijapa returned to Ekun, humbled and desperate. "Please, Hare," he pleaded, "return the first drum to me, and I promise to share its blessings with everyone." Ekun smiled. "Very well, Tortoise, But remember this lesson. Greed only leads to ruin. From that day on, Ijapa kept his promise. The drum's magic was used to feed the village, and his bounty was shared equally. And so the village flourished, and Ijapa learned that true wealth lies in generosity.